Por la espalda, sin testigos. No, eso no es ningún trofeo noble. No es ningún trofeo noble. No es ningún trofeo noble. Sin testigos. No, eso no. Empezáis a sudar sangre.
Sueños más recientes, DMCs metidos en la cama que querían dormir para siempre.
Yo soy el nuevo despertar.
Igual que el sol sale de entre las montañas, yo salgo de entre los ritmos para molestar. No paramos de tardar.
Ninguno de vosotros
Es mejor que violadores del verso. Da igual lo que digáis atrás, no lo dije yo. Fue media España la que habló. Si preguntáis a la otra media, fue que no lo
soy Yoko.
Yo me subo en el rap porque tengo estilo. Como el cabrón que busca ligue a las puertas de su BMW.
¿Qué es lo que no te freno?
Que ahora te falta el oxígeno.
Por no decir que no.
Llevo la plaza. Me señalan con el dedo, no le tengo miedo al ruido, voy cambiando, pero los puedo, debo de ser la
P-O-L-L-A.
porque a las chicas
Se les caen los cigarros de la boca.
no te preocupes, son rimas desenfadadas que harán que te enfades con el espejo por sus carcajadas, por tus barrafadas, por tu cara nada vendrá de la nada y solo podrás paliar el dolor con pomada
Tontolada.
Vine del barrio, la joda, presión y helada, me enseñaron ya tomé buena nota, hoy es vida contemplativa y solo busco el placer.
No hago nada y así nada se queda sin hacer. Sé que nací ayer.
Pero una mujer me hizo envejecer de repente y desde entonces ni un amanecer me dio sereno. Y un demonio en cada esquina dijo, obedéceme y volví a ser esclavo del veneno.
Venceremos
Por mí, por rezo, desde que empiezo el día
con un bostezo.
Sé que puedo seguir tan orgulloso de vosotros como vosotros de mí, que sí. No es ningún trofeo noble.
Por la espalda.
No es ningún trofeo noble.
Sin testigos.
No es ningún trofeo noble. No, eso no es ningún trofeo noble. Sin palabras. No es ningún trofeo noble.
Por la espalda.
No es ningún trofeo noble.
Sin testigos.
No es ningún trofeo noble. No, eso no es ningún trofeo noble. Te diré un porqué, un cuándo y un cómo. Traje la competición, sí, pero también traje mi amor por esta religión y una mente en guardia para cualquier situación. Unos vinieron a rendir culto, otros solo a hacer culto, pero todos y cada uno se fueron convencidos de que son alguien y que tienen algo importante que hacer en el mundo. Y música sí, es para meterse en líos, para educar a críos, para quererse Dios. Me preguntas cómo desconocen tanto de mi técnica
Como del cosmos.
internacional, como Penélope. W es el rayo de luz y en ello va la juventud. Somos los elegidos, tenemos la nota de los aprobados, una cara de los suspendidos. Lo siento, pero he vuelto, porque el micro anhela mis pies
Y mi aliento.
Dime si no soy real, yo, el original, haciendo un rap sin igual, el lírico, el más duro mineral. No digo que mi solfeo merezca trofeos, a pesar de abarcar coliseos. Mis zapatillas se agarran al asfalto, las niñas dan el salto a zapatos de tacón alto. Vuelvo a ser noticia, porque suena tan íntimo como una caricia, y tan profundo como el océano, con el pecho al aire en verano. El mundo sí parece estar pintado a mano. Estamos ahí.
Con P, competición no hay. Estamos ahí.
Ahí.
Con P, competición no hay.
Si me apuñalas, no es ningún trofeo noble.
Por la espalda,
No es ningún trofeo noble.
sin testigos.
No es ningún trofeo noble.
No,
Eso no es ningún trofeo noble. Si me apuñalas, no es ningún trofeo noble.
por la espalda,
No es ningún trofeo noble.
sin testigos.
No es ningún trofeo noble. No, eso no es ningún trofeo noble. Que no me tiembla la mano si tengo que empuñar un micro y poneros de mierda y de grasa hasta el puto culo. A veces os gano tan solo por beberme un litro y volverme a casa preguntando quién coño es más chulo. Soy un abrazafarolas, un peregrino. Mi antigua novia me dijo, te veo muy desmejorado. Ahora bebo a solas, las penas flotan en el vino. Mañana será otro día igual. Mi canción es triste como una puta ranchera. Y quien quiera que sea, que esté allá arriba, que me escuche. Mi cuerpo no resiste, no hay cerveza en la nevera. Estoy pensando en enviarme a mi sitio de peluche. No mires, lárgate que aquí si es necesario. No vuelvas a tostar ni punto duro ponme. Mierda, las rimas no tienen horario. ¿A qué venís, putas? ¿A qué venís? Mi cerebro está preparado, soy ágil como una pantera. Formo con un ojo abierto, tengo enemigos ahí fuera. Tenéis mejores formas de hacer el ridículo. ¿Por qué coño coger un micro en voz de puta? Desafío quiso, soy un experto, no improviso.
Moriré de sobredosis, es preciso, por ser estrella, aviso.
Si ves mi huella,
Vuela al paraíso, pero Eva me echó. Amo.
Es medida técnica en el micro. Tampoco el mundo es un lugar seguro. Es medida técnica en el micro. Tampoco el mundo es un lugar seguro.
En absoluto.
Solo el diablo mantiene mi conversación. El pavo nos mantiene presos. Perfectamente disponible para las lenguas no merecen pesos.
Traje el rap del 2000.
Ahora tipos andan a imagen y semejanza. Cuando el ingenio se queda pequeño, no basta con poner empeño. Solo el talento consigue el diseño. El sumo define mi ópera. Yo manejo el micro, tú sufres mi cólera. Dejo satisfechos con rimas bien hechas. Porque solo insatisfechos
Quedan novios de niñas estrechas.
Comprenda, que nadie se ofenda, que solo son metáforas para el que no lo entienda. Tierra, no toméis a broma, ensalamado como Mahoma. Tan solo soberbia despide mi aroma. Vivir como un héroe en cada segundo. Difícil asunto, un hacer para salvar el mundo. Un pavo con micrófono es todo. No sé solfeo, solo mantengo el tono a grosso modo. Que tiene Zaragoza en sus entrañas. Algo se quema en España. Rap, movió montañas. Solo se trata de nacer con el sol. Y ahora por eso nunca fue uno más del motor. Que no hay luz, nunca llegaré a ser lo mejor de lo vuestro.
Y soñarlo.
Escucha a la vez que canta con el paro, improvisando borracho, veces a la guapo. Los vientos del ayer están en el día y nuestros planes mejoran en toda mi culminan. Hundiéndome del ritmo, lo hago así de grande. Acojona de abajo de torre, cuando pares con él. Es inexplicable, es nuestro turno. Entrar no es buena muerte, saque, busco un fin de semana, desasosiego.
¿Qué coño? Mucho ciego.
En acción, violadores en acción. Con los deberes que se cumplan la previsión. Nunca de fondo, siempre manteniendo tipo. Yo mi rap y la vaina estuvimos.
Puedo partirlo. Ajá.
Hoy amanece, que no es floja. Esta noche fui poeta de guardia y tengo un día flojo. No chupo puños, yo soy como un para que respondan de los tuyos. Y a mí los tuyos se las todos. Os deseo lo peor de mis males amusos. Y estoy nuestro máximo antes de dejar el mundo. Somos MCs, no somos MCs. No veo a Dios, pero todo Dios me ve a mí. Ser siempre máximo exponente. Y ahora ser siempre máximo exponente. Como ser siempre máximo exponente. No hay ser siempre máximo exponente. Como hay ser siempre máximo exponente. No hay ser siempre máximo exponente. Como ser siempre máximo exponente. No hay ser siempre máximo exponente. Como ni ser siempre máximo exponente. No hay ser siempre máximo exponente. Como ser siempre máximo exponente. No hay ser siempre máximo exponente.
Si vengo a
Si vuelvo a liarme con el mundo, esconderé mi arma.
no mi alma.
No me importa si hay vida o no, si paralizarme. esta noche llegaremos tarde. La ciudad nunca duerme, todavía funcionan los semáforos, las esquinas y los bares. No busco pasaporte, perdido en la ciudad, sin brújula, que me indique el norte. Las estrellas están desordenadas, me deslizo por la avenida sin coordenadas. A este rincón de España, donde estamos las pirañas, donde no limpia las telas de araña. Y así otra noche de este fantasma, entre fantasmas, más horrores de la pasma. Las calles me miran con disimulo yo, así es como ando. Sonrío de vez en cuando, tormentas en la ciudad mientras antes de las 12 escapan cenicientas. ¿A qué mujer le falta un zapato de esta talla? ¿A quién sino a mí le corresponde esta medalla? Está difícil saciar mis caprichos, soportar mis manías. No me abrirá tantos tipos en la calle política y arrastrando este crimen para que no me olviden que la ciudad no va a hacerme porque es la obligación de aguantarme y el agujero donde meterme. La ciudad nunca duerme, siempre hay ¿dónde estamos? ¿Dónde estáis? La ciudad nunca duerme, siempre hay ¿dónde estamos? ¿Dónde estáis? Mapas de lugar, baloncesto, planeo, la forma de seguir sonando, madera, esquina, esquina, vitamina, remarquesina, así avenidas, ya sean vidas llenas, parte de entonces, cualquiera vida, fácilmente alterable, noches, cuando se queda el día, y ahora, vale, guariches, los mejores cócteles, en peores locales, los mejores cócteles, en peores conciertos microcontroladores, son mil y una historias sobreaceras, sobreviven a lo largo del tiempo y quedan marcas temporales, pasen los años que pasen, las calles, las calles. La ciudad, siempre hay. La ciudad nunca duerme, siempre hay. Las calles están llenas de borrachos gritando, algunas días se quedan mirando, sentadas en la acera, bebiendo son los litros calientes. Con pelo largo y pendientes. Con el barro del lírico y el face, con más que legal de ley. The kids don't play. No importa que no son patas, marcas y matacatas, aunque las cataratas más tan baratas, no la tal, lo que me trajo a sudar, de tragar sin parar, sin pagar, para que celebrar, como por unidad, no se nos olvida, brindar, propia de libertad, las bandas peregrinas teniendo cementerio de su oscuridad, días largos suficientemente buenos, días largos suficientemente buenos, me veo fuera con los ojos cerrados, en los trabajos, de los abogados normales, y del mundo ámbito, y en el hablamos de doctores, muchas de las bases, más si el miedo con el recuerdo más a mí mismo y me quiero nena, vivo como si la muerte no existiera, pero pierdo el equilibrio nuevo. En primavera salgo afuera y ya se ha hecho de día y los borrachos como yo piden al sol misericordia. El camión de la basura se ha olvidado de recogerme. El 32 no pasa ya, está duerme. Para dejar un amanecer borracho con la impresión de estar en medio de mi mundo. Agradecer un poco amanecer borracho con la impresión de estar en medio de mi mundo. La ciudad nunca duerme, siempre hay. La ciudad nunca duerme, siempre hay. ¿Dónde estamos? ¿Dónde estáis?
Morning. Sorry. Thank you. Going to the airport, Terminal 1? We'll be there in less than 20 minutes.
Con esa sangre. Nó cũng chỉ là这边都是断了，就是断了，断了。哎，没断。 理论上你最好不要把食物带进去。
好冰，还是吃的。加油！那就过来。一百至三天吃，一百至三天吃。那这个我给它。哎，是羊毛。豆腐。嗯， 我没有，我自己。你说的没？
Here we are.
Bien, esto está dedicado a todos los que están fuera de casa deseando volver. Todos. Echas de menos lo tuyo. Nada como en casa, ¿eh? Me está bañando en playas del Caribe con ganas de volver, y ando por las manzanas y sin idea a punto de devolver dos tantos aparte. He visitado museos, he sentido el arte, he tenido empleos feos y a veces he dormido en parques. He visto a Jordan, a Pippen y a Harper. He fumado con las estrellas, he fumado con ellas, me he pintado botellas, me han presentado a directores y actores de cine. He compartido el agua de piscina con delfines. He sufrido miedo al público, al único fónico. En muchos festivales conocidos, he sido anónimo. Me han llevado a la cama, chavala, he follado las salas de las playas de casa entre gente buena y gente mala. He cambiado de gustos y de forma de ser. He perdido el contacto con todos para no perder mi fe. He tocado en Holanda, Alemania, México, Chile. He tocado en las salas películas, no te olvides de. He robado la tienda, me han robado la calle. He perdido mucha tienda y he cuidado muchos detalles. He conocido muchos sitios y muchas cosas que he probado, pero como se te enseña, no se está en ningún lado. Esta es mi casa, mi sitio, mi calle, mi plaza, mi padre, mi clima, mi centro, mi casa. Año tras año con los mismos conceptos. Necesito mucho más que esto. Mi gente, mi radio, mi papá, mi bici, mi espacio, salida, el chilito. Se han conducido coches sin carnet, los he metido en chanta. He escrito letras grandes dentro de mi puñal. He estado en la universidad, de allí aprendí mi facilidad, pero con humildad, que es lo que tiene mi vida. Rodeado de ciertos lugares, bares de diversión, donde esquiva punta y se escapa hacia la otra dimensión. Yo estoy en Chicago, perdido con 5 pavos, confundido, dos trenes, por poco no lo cuento, hermano. He terminado en el barrio feo, muerto de miedo, pensando solo en mi casa, mi madre cuando la quiero. Ni se gana ni se pierde, dinero, mujeres, nada compara si la soledad te muerde. He visto mucha pasta y mucha necesidad. He visto sitios donde las canas salen solo de mitad. Acuérdate bien, siempre si vives dignamente. Da gracias, dale de comer bien a tu mente. Yo he visto muchos sitios y muchas cosas he probado, pero en ningún lado. Este es mi sitio, mi calle, mi plaza, mi bar, mi clima, mi centro, mi casa. Año tras año con los mismos conceptos. Necesito mucho más que esto. Mi gente, mi radio, mi papá, mi espacio, mi espacio, salida, mi chiquita, no me quiero trabajo para que
El cielo es un hotel de 400 estrellas, pero por esperar. La vida es un viaje de ida. La música es la madre de todas las ciencias porque distrae las conciencias de una generación suicida. Hablamos el idioma del delfín. Algunas judías aprenden latín para entender nuestra movida. Hip hop no está en los libros, está en las almas. ¿Quieres saber más? Yo te lo explico enseguida. Soy un neurótico, imperativo claro. Sociólogo insociable que te habla bien claro. Escúchame sentado. Con mi rap envuelto en vuelo, si te va al barro pensado, desde que he entrado he demostrado, incluso mi párrafo en tu gusto, de sí frustrado, todo lo que digas fuera del micro no sirve.
Cualquiera puede hablar.
Inventar mi flow hierve, es asmática, el suelo como una roca, el Pablo Duque seduce a las musas sin coca, ciego de alcohol, tu flow es previsible, rap de competición sí es creíble, no puedes decir que eres el mejor, sabiendo que hay uno, sois en sis mejores que tu alrededor.
No por ser enorme dolor que soporté, me doblegué.
No, chico, me estás hablando tanto de cuánto tengo. Que vuestras líneas se disparan y yo disparo el flow eterno. No hay miedo escénico, mi estilo es médico. Con gente con lírico, mantengo al público histérico. Mi género es herético, se basa en la química. Sacio a mi público en directo y en la intimidad. A veces me quedo sin aire y afónico, vivo en conciertos. Lo doy todo y todos dicen pues cuando dejo el micro suelto el material. Los improvisos de la línea sin tiempo real. El boom, el clap, el boom, el clap. Todo el mundo está bienvenido a mi rap. ¿Qué pasa, jugar? ¿Qué quieres jugar? Me voy a jugar. No, te chapo con el dedo pulgar. Te animo a dudar de tu regular potencial. Tendrás que jugar, se van a burlar. Te irás del lugar. Unos dejaron el libro, otros siguieron rapeando, pero dejaron de oírnos como si nada pasara.
Pero pasaba.
Cara como una cascada. Ya está. Hip hop se llama el huracán. Unas veces me da y otras me quita el pan. Soy David, pero represento a Dan. En el hip hop, rap solo catedral como una Corán. Tengo el hambre del hip hop, mientras otros pasan de puntillas. Y pues, entre comillas, no voy a hablar de las piedras del camino ni las letras que escribí en pergaminos. 1, 2, el micro afino. En cada escenario daba un salto mortal. Después dormíamos en la calle, tal vez puedo borrar. Y baje Dios y lo vea. Tengo el poder de un micro y es lo que hay. Otros tienen el poder de un spray. Yo soy fiel al rap, de la R a la B, desde luego. Manos pondrían la mano en el fuego. Se me han tocado por, los he cogido y les he dado por. Después se han preguntado por. Os quedan tonterías por decir como para estar callados. Os sentiréis acorralados y sin escapatoria de lo que hablasteis. Os joderá la memoria y os joderá encontrarme en los libros de historia. W es la alianza, el bien y el mal en la balanza. Preocúpate por la esperanza, más que por la venganza. Rapeo con templanza, pero nadie me alcanza. En favor de que voy a romper mi lanza. La inmensa mayoría sabe que no basta con saberse la teoría. En mi categoría, el éxito no es caprichoso, ya que solo lo otorga un dichoso público riguroso y todopoderoso. Os pondréis melancólicos por lo que fuisteis, ni siquiera los chistes despertarán la sonrisa de los tristes. Ahora pongo de mi posición, sin que se salga de una suposición. Como con mi mierda, tu color, rap duro, marmoturo, de costumbres, de tripas sucias, huellas de oído, me meo yo arbusto jamás a volver crecido. Nunca fui lo que se dice, un amante de la vida, cargándome mi vida, convirtiéndome en autosuicida, con regalito y palo a falta de un cigarro para quitarme monarro, lobo, lombrices en mano, y muchas de problemas, si no comparas con que mi vida depende de botellas, al plan, para acabar pensé llenarme la bañera y me quedé ese cabrón enchufado a la red y adiós a la tierra, en la luz quizás quedaron mi vida, sigo pensando en beber un poco mejor que ayer, sensible lágrimas no mienten, sigo llorando con el final de Tete y la muerte del chanquete, siempre, a los que quiero siempre, a los que no están siempre, hombre de raro comportamiento, te estoy haciendo públicos casi todos mis desviamientos, así en la pista quizás a nivel cristiano y locura, sin más rimas, no sé, gracias a pocos me mudan como aquel niño feliz, lo complico se me poco, ahora me dedico a hacer el cabrito en salas, galas, kilómetros de danzas, quiero vivir y dejar de sobrevivir a todo esto, pido por lo menos morir contento, joleres. Sociología es la ciencia, a pesar de mi normal apariencia normal, preparen un bicho en el cortijo de los callados, camino acelerado de ser vasco me gusta. Nada que hacer, 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 nada que hacer.
Ajá, rap solo, hey, lírico, R de rumba, KCO, la mierda que va a despertar vuestra desesperanza. Rompí una lanza, es la única manera de que escuchéis frases, el chas del yo en mi micrófono, el otro yo, otros dos, nosotros somos los gordos, solo yo somos los ojos borrosos, con versos perfectos que arrojo, me da igual que te drogues, te lo ruego, no me interrogues, estoy llenando ley de mis estilos que harán que te ahogues, ahora de los homenajes, aquí nadie ha acabado, te has confiado, violadores, que a un lado, indivisibles como el cielo, sorpréndenos con un párrafo mortífero, me lo pongo hielo, aquí te lo pongo en tu idioma, despertaré tu desánimo, no sé si estás hinchado como Diego Armando Cocadona, ahora que os ignoro, no veo todo claro, ¿a qué me tienes, co? No tengo más odio que el odio que me tienes, co. Puedo hacerlo sucio como Harriet, o puedo ser sutil como Miguel Ángel, fijo que me exijo desde que era canijo, porque mi padre su hijo le dijo, confía solo en tu hijo, co. Ya no más alcohol con antibióticos, cuando le pasa el micrófono al lírico ya estarás salido con calidad, como cualidad, tanto por métrica como por habilidad, desde la mano izquierda, con los pies en la tierra, conozco mi límite y mi capacidad, con seguridad, me deslizo con entusiasmo, radioactividad, porque un minuto es una oportunidad y un libro es demasiada responsabilidad. La sociedad crea la enfermedad, escapo, soy poeta por necesidad, insisto que tengo reputación como Cristo, autoridad en España como ministro, majestad, traemos la competición sin novedad, sobrevivo a otra tempestad, con mentalidad de ramas, diversidad, con normalismo, luego viniste a comerme el mundo y eso es no cogerle, deberías formarnos este rap por el mundo futuro y ponerlo al día, no es una plataforma en cada minuto, todo escribo mis amigos y el resultado es muy olímpico, me da igual si el mundo está mal, yo estoy mal primero a arreglar y luego ya veremos, me siento observado, siento como un clavo, siento el mismo disco, me siento muy guapo, superable solo por la pobre, son los que pusieron el cartel de foro, completos y ninguno esperaba lo que cuatro salvados borrachos se paran al huerto al público, encontrar justo lo que merezco, con otras cosas tomé y no las quiero, las dejo. ¿Dónde estáis los escondidos? Disimulados, sorprendidos, donde pasos vacíos.
Atrás.
Me duele la garganta de vomitar en media hablar cuando dijo que es agonizar.
No viene a hacerlo.
No es mi asunto el punto, además las tías preguntan y yo me pregunto, ¿cómo no me vas a querer si soy perfecto? El problema debe de ser algo que aún no detecto. Yo se lo inyecto, este lado que soy auto, desde que el diablo te razone. Espérame fumando, morirás de cáncer. No esperes un avance, morirás viviendo. Cansado de poner empeño hasta que las drogas de diseño me quitaron el sueño. Yo no tengo un sueño como Martin, pero a partir de entonces sé que no lo puedo compartir. No guarda rencor este fusil, olvidar será difícil. Mirar mi foto como un fósil, no una transitoria, el dolor de la memoria, por culpa de posibles líneas divisorias. Ahora sí que tú y tus historias, y yo y comernos las pollas ya. Mueve ficha, hijo de paz, atrás, tres en línea, dijo el picar. Se gana la partida, como se pierde la divinidad. Una sonrisa de deportividad en mi ciudad, hace frío, hoy tampoco es mi día, pero sonrío. Como en Navidad, me guía la experiencia más que la edad. Favores y promesas se olvidan con facilidad. Bastante, razones como realidad constante. Apenas una debilidad. Si queréis superar a yo, alguien importante.
Intimidad.
Conozco restaurante, puntualidad y por minuto con intensidad. Batallas, litros, es mi atmósfera con suavidad. A esta velocidad, a esta profundidad. Más no se implica, no verás que estás despierto. Todo lo contrario a la somnolencia, desenfrenar impaciencia. De carencia me tuve que quedar en punto, pero nunca te preguntas qué asunto. Todas de combater y sonreírme, piden órdenes desde dentro de mis soluciones. Me lo llevo cuando dicen de amor, de mí a los del partido. Pero me aplico, incluso no se me equivoco, ya como no, no me subo a mi cita. Echarme más para estar terrenales de Chile, para estar en formas de litros, para estar en unos kilos más, gran mago, para reflexión. Invisible sombra y garra de cristal, todos estáis más escondidos. La corazón perdido, donde pasos vacíos. Atrás, donde estáis más escondidos. Atrás, la corazón perdidos. Donde pasos vacíos. Atrás, atrás, no es el verso, atrás, atrás, para más guitarra, y una bonita verso, atrás, solo, atrás, atrás. Son micrófonos o son bazookas, es un canuto o es mi mierda la que te coloca. ¿Qué coño pues es Javier Ibarra con sus bocas? Tus costillas y la joca y chicas medio locas. ¿Qué tal me veis? Mejor ritmos que no le tengo. ¿Me quieres más soca? Tu boca pongo manga loca. Pues el menés que sale de mi joya luz. Hacia los ritmos que hizo el rumba o los que hizo los rayos. Reconoces que mi mierda es gorda, porque si intentas igualarla siempre te desborda. Soy un titán, que si yo pues el que más colorda. Al escenario y en el barrio siempre se comporta como un don Juan, todo gordo, mordo, va tu forma. Que ya se corva y a la polla borda más en forma. Pronto no Frank, que me tacha de machistas formas. Que no le guste que se joda. Y soy un Latin lover number one. Si trama no gran plan, seguro que no fallarán. Pues que forman un gran gran. Cuanto como soy con flama. Micrófonos en un son que te joden sin condón. Hijo de culos está en la casa borracho de ron. Le quieren rap solo, rap solo, rap and roll, rap and roll. Todo lo que hago es mejorar el hip hop. Ponmelo difícil, trae de batallas. Ya me encarga de ello de seducir a mi dios de carias. Que me manden callar, os voy a joder. De una vez por todas os voy a enseñar a perder. Tengo los ritmos, las letras, el estilo y los cortes. Y saben en el sur y en el norte que tengo un plano. Las manos al aire mi voy. Los violadores del verso convierten ritmos en Rolls Royce.
más minutos. Ah,
Gran plan, lírico, por excelencia. Vamos, no esperaban menos. Un gran plan, lírico, por excelencia. Vamos, no esperaban menos. Son escenas de un gran plan. Solo hay sitio, papel para un profesional. Con la sucia morralla organizada, mis pandillas hablan. Violadores no defraudan. Con la vida pobre soberbio como niño. Además, me distingo en la rima por tener dominio. No hay licencia para dar problemas. Apenas quedan vamos. Se tiran con poemas. Y esta funciona. Por tanto, para busco esperar. Provocar suspiros. Cuando por la competición va a violadores. Gran fuego. De la graves cuando pongo el micrófono en activo, máximo excelente, vamos medio.
Morning. How are you?
Yeah, good. How about you?
Good, thank you. Going to the Terminal 1 International. We'll be there in around 20 minutes. Thank you. Let me know if it gets cold or hot, I can change it. Or if the window is too much, let me know. And here we are. Thank you. Thank you. That's pretty wild. Wow, wow, wow. Well, wow, wow, wow. It's crazy.
I started space for you babies living on them. We were fun. It was most of the people that I know
I consider friends. I met on the early days of Spaces before anybody turned them into news or, trying to inform or educate. It used to just be fun.
This was the post.
I think that Spaces should go back to the way they were intended, which is to connect. Maybe you learn a little something, maybe you learn, but at the end of the day, you will leave with a good feeling.
Our spaces after those long year spaces was fun. So funny.
The most fun I had ever had on Spaces with fighting with people and then going into an after hours space and laughing about it.
Yeah.
See, I was talking to the dude that used to host those the other day.
Are we not naming names like a thing?
We're not naming names.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking to him the other day, and I said, those spaces were the best part any of us ever did. They were fun. They were informative. At the end of the day, we left with a good feeling, right, Nikki? I mean, that's where I didn't know you, fighting about politics. I got to know you in those fun, happy spaces.
Yeah. They're very human. Like, that's what we should be doing anyway. Like, there's so much you can argue about politics and every other asset of life. But that's an applied. Why create another one? Let's create like community and happiness and laughter. It's shit about politics anyway. It's knowing that people make their whole personality to argue on the internet. And like whose personality is actually like that in real life.
I worry that people develop that personality because they feel like they have influence. I don't see anybody on this path that's on here regularly having any more clout or influence than somebody sitting at the kitchen table right now, enjoying a space that doesn't speak.
It's a video game. It's a role-playing game. It's not real. Yeah, 100%. It actually made me the AI competition now. Young swimmers. Many of them. 100% and 5%. It's kind of Filipino people controlling the swimmers.
Exactly. I think that people often tell us what's really happening in their Oh God, John. Hi, Brian. Is he not speaking for once? Did you drop on John?
That has never happened. That has never happened in my experience. That somebody's not called something awful or they're not speaking. It's always one or the other. Sandy, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I wanted to leave you guys with a very positive note. Tyler Candle Company, which makes the best laundry detergent known to mankind, actually included themselves in this year's Black Friday sale. Oh my gosh, so you can get their detergent over 50% off. Highly recommend.
Like,
I am not paid. I am not paid to say this.
Clearly you are. When you come to America, we go to Florida, we're going to Disney World, right? Get there, like these houses, Star Wars, we'll get drunk in a Star Wars bar and shit. We're going to Disney World to the Star Wars.
That's the first
It's all right, yeah, but see, I heard
Wait, Loki, where are you going? I'm coming to meet you. I want to come too.
Okay.
I'll be like the little child, the annoying child that asks, "Can I get?
Are we there yet?
Can I get this?"
Are we there yet?
Literally, that will
Still
be me in the
can I
back.
get the Mickey Mouse ears?
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna get the Minnie Mouse ears, and I'm getting a fucking sweater and a fucking little thing that will hold
Yo,
shoulder.
can I
I
just
know it.
my fucking is glad. But so we all agree, and like I'm like, all right, I'm stoked. Check this shit out. Anyway, we go there. It's like fucking. It's like was a almost 140 there and whatnot. Like I'm like, okay, the rides are absolutely flying. Like I'm like, and I didn't expect it to be like $80 the rides. I expected like some good rides or whatever, right? That's all important. That's all the important part. So like we're walking around for like a good hour and a half, checking shit out. Yo, motherfuckers were buying like big turkey. They had those big ass turkey legs. The fucking like these turkey leg stands, and I was like, oh shit, man. The kind of like it makes you think of like the cartoons you used to fucking see, where like the motherfucker had like a huge turkey leg and fucking bite that shit. And I'm like, dude, that looks so delicious. And I had like a bite, and I was like, oh, this is gross. And I threw the garbage. And then hold on, let me finish the story. Okay, hold on. Like fucking like walking around and shit like that, and like all of the like music would start playing, right? And fucking all of a sudden, like not like the people that were there, the fucking other would start like dancing to the fucking music, and it was like, they were all, and I'm like, this is fucking weird. Like, okay, let's just fucking walk from here, and then like me and Susie are walking through there, and like another like 20 minutes goes by, the same fucking thing, and like it was a different song, and it was a different dance. It was something like that. And like what happened, like maybe like 2 or 3 more times. We're there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I just look at Mrs. Still like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And she's like, what? She's like, you're like, no, we gotta go. It's weird, dude. Like, I'm so great. Like, dude, and like, there's like a shit, dude. Like, they actually think this, just all these results and the fucking worst price on earth. Just these one like fucking to the place every fucking day. It's like, and when I think like they're just like, no, we gotta go. Like, yesterday, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, but like, yeah, man, so we fucking, and that's exactly like actually like I love dinner. I love. Like shit, there should be like a vending machine that you put a quarter in and like open a little fucking thing. Like, don't ask me why. I'm just like, fuck it. I just started farting at everything and then hitting max quantity. So I have like 375 things coming from Amazon. My total for the order was like $7. And like I have no clue what the fuck. Like it's like you're talking like cubic zirconium and fake sterling silver necklaces. Like that say like
hilarious. No, but go ahead. That's what I'm gonna give you one. But anyway, Golden, you there?
That was hilarious, man.
No. Here it is. So 3 days ago,
Morning.
I get a random DM.
How are you?
Just changed their photo, just changed the username. Nobody's convenient
Morning.
look like the other 1,920 people I got on Telegram, right? Anyway, sorry guys, I got a cold. I get threats. Yeah, you're this, you're a Muslim guy, you're a massive scammer. And then they start telling me all the scams I got scammed by, like Gigi's guy, all that stuff, right? Whatever, I got into that, whatever.
你补充维生素了。一直或者是烤的，后来都可以。
Not all day, I'm freaking get like 4 million conversations from around like no legal factors, right? So they grab it to be like right? But like it's just crazy, right? I just like, you know, literally, like, racing back from go get this paper, and it's like, it's cold here, I'm waiting in the middle of the road, where people coming, must be there. People are on, like, up and down, and it's like, no, like, it's French people, right? Like, people, like, the neighborhood people, and it's like, it's like, put up those people, it's like, bro, what the fuck? I'm in my 30s, bro, like, what is this? Right? It kind of just puts things into perspective, you know? Trolls. It's just unfortunate, right? Yeah, that's happened to me anyway, like 3 days ago. It's gonna be for my Funko's like CEO. And I had like a burner account that was like Funko something or other just to be an asshole. And this guy fucking literally messages me telling me that he wants to fight me. And he's like a grown ass man, like 40 years old with a couple of fucking kids, talking about like, I'll come fuck you up. These are meant for everyone to enjoy all this. And I click on his fucking page on IG. And I like scroll all the way down, and there's one spot where he posted his kid's fucking report card from elementary school. So I like can figure out what city it is. I'm like, he's like, where are you at, motherfucker? Let's fight. I'm like, I'm in Fort Lauderdale. Where the fuck are you? And I knew he was like 30 minutes outside of Fort Lauderdale. So the fucking elementary school fucking report card. He's like, I'm here in Fort Lauderdale. I'm like, no way. Like, run me out. Restaurants. I told him about like fucking yeah, Fridays or something else, or beer or something. I go on Google Maps, take a fucking photo of Google Maps, send it to him. I'm like, this is where I'm at, bro. Before I come here and do something. This guy's fucking sending me videos into this fucking car, leaving the fucking house, driving all the way down here. I was like, where are you at? I'm like, this is the car, man. To my son. Like, this guy's like, he posted a picture of like him on a bad in his car driving fucking like yeah, Fridays in Fort Lauderdale. like just like a Chili's or some shit, but I found like Google Maps. Crazy, man. This guy full out like drove. Bro, your guy had pools at least. At least he had pools. My one, I was all kind of wish I was there. Like I wish I was in the same city. Like that would have been super fucking hilarious. Like just some like fucking random fucking 40-year-old pulled up here and he wants to fight because you bought too many Funko Pops. Fucking Funko website. Like I mean, this is like max fucking stupidity, bro. I still have probably most of it. Like I still have that fucking Instagram account. Like I use it as a burner just to like troll people. Like we know I bought a Funko. I bought like 80% of the block. Like Uncle Papa. It's like a green Batman. Like Comic Con. Some fucking Emerald City Comic Con or something. There was like 300 I sold for fucking $70 a piece. I had like 150 of them, I think. Out of like the 200 or 300 they sold. I had no clue what it was. I just got super disinterested with Funko after that day. But it was pretty fun. Like Funko, like I guarantee it's still up there. Like Funko even tweeted about it the next day. Like some people were like bitching in the comments about like how are you going to stop people like this? And they're like, what do you say? This guy's a real ... And then like the next thing, but like piece of work or something. I'm like, you wanted to call me an asshole, didn't you? Just fucking say it. Like Funko was fucking tweeting that stuff. It was hilarious.
Bro, my one, right? He picked a full-on gang land, bro, like a full-on an area that's just blacked out, guys. Like a back road of a back road of a back road deep in the hood, where like it's different, basically, bro. But I live 40 minutes away from that. I live in like Port Vale, okay? And like thank God, right? I live in a very nice area. But like in a previous life, like I know a hella man in that area, so it's just like, bro, it's like you're dead. Just made no logical sense to me. And I actually said to him, I said, bro, you know, the address before, you know, it's like a very, very bad location for you to want to be someone, especially if you're like, you know, threatening to kill me and you say you're going to rape my pregnant wife. Like, you should really put that in consideration. And then I was like, you know what, I'm not to her. So you know where he got me going? He got me on that project where Gigi's got me 600K. And then that's when I go, okay, that's my compensation there, innit? I'm gonna grab this guy. What he charges is obviously as people are listening, there's you know, outside listening and stuff like that. Like it's not the legitimate route, but like when someone's threatening to kill you and stuff like that, I felt like I had it controlled anyway. Just want to be completely smart at the seconds, right? So it's like let's put that in the you know, take this trip over and I just want to go my compensation because the law, you know, I actually made it one and I recorded the Telegram. The reason is that it took the 100 years to get through and stuff. And that's the thought is that he deleted the phone. I go, why did you delete it? And he goes, oh, so I can try to read that. I deleted it. Oh, why did I read it? So I said, and then I go, make sure you come with 100K. And also, because this is obviously before we had left, right? So I'm feeling, I said to him, video the money when you come, or video of the road. Which obviously don't have, but he goes to me, oh no, I won't have it, I have it. Oh, no, okay, perfect. Load the troops, rally the troops. And yeah, it's complete waste of my time to take them through. Reminded me to trust the blood mark. That's crazy. But, and the guy's talking me a lot like, he looks based. Maybe listen to me. I just have a complete, how can I put it? He had an image of me, which I felt was kind of cool. Like, trying to make it different. I was trying to be as transparent. Like, I communicate about how I was feeling. So I know some things about some things. And that's just me. And I'm so grateful to him. You know, it's not fucking job interview. I never have cheated. I don't. I'll just say it as it is. So I don't know. It kind of made me this sad, to be honest. But then I was full of a lot of
the rage. But yeah, not good anyway. I didn't get my quite good. Because right now I'm probably being still kind of like, I go baby juice. I don't have that whole thing. Like, I go baby juice. In nature, like I used to be, but I don't know. So anyway, after that, I want to put a target first. Just nice. What do you think? It's high. She left on it's called safe. Oh, yeah, go. You ain't just have me all. You used to pay me or pay. It's all, bro. But I'm like, I'm going there anyway. And this what the actual premise of the play was all about. And for me, looking at you and the community that you were, and I don't mean that to be that wasn't fun, that comment that just came out, but I'm actually still going to stick on that. The community that you were, in the sense of, well, we get behind shit when we speak about it. We get behind the narrative when we have had the discussion about it. We don't need a completely democratic society in the sense of that. You know, you haven't listened to any of this common sense about getting
Yeah, I mean, I think so. That's my interpretation, like as a holder. And again, we touched on this earlier as well, but I don't know how expansive, completely retracted the team presently is. I don't know how many people are like alongside Cox advising, or playing any role. Truly, so I don't know. I mean, this was just one of those things where, yeah, it wasn't. It's not like it was voted on by the community. And to his credit, I mean, I said this as well earlier, and he obviously put a lot of thought and time into this exodus, right, and into the media article that he wrote about it, and he always does, when he does that. So it's not, again, and I mean, this is certainly a different space again. I think we've not gathered yet pretty much everyone else's panel holds at this point wrong. Also, if you were here like in between space, keeps it here. Not sure how much longer we'll go, but keep going. Yeah, I think that is probably another thing that's, kind of tipping the scale. I think everyone feels like they were powerless and feels powerless at this point. And is that after you are, we have brought up a really good point before, and I don't think anybody here would have a problem with if it was a one-for-one change, and you're basically just upgrading of something you already own. I mean, I wouldn't even mind some randomness built in if it was like, Plants is going to take the stance, all right, I want the Shuriken's gone. The Shuriken is going to randomly generate one of 5 or 8 different traits, or certain other things. But like losing your skins, I built some pretty badass females because I was buying female frogs like crazy.
because I was looking for the traits on the collection, and every time I found a female trait, I knew you could upgrade that frog to make a female. And I was like, I really like making the female frog. So if I found a frog on the floor and had a kimono that was female, that had female hair, you could completely change that frog. This whole, entourage of clothing and equipment and all this other stuff you can change the female frog to. So I must have made 20 plus females at least. I was single-handedly, making frogs left and right. I must have sold probably 10 of them at least. I was having a good time doing that. I don't know why we have to do a reduced, supply. That to me is the one that I question the most. Why reduce the supply? Why not go one for one? Again, let the trait. You can make the match your current PFP, and if you have certain traits that you just want to see gone, then make them random. But I don't know. It's weird to me for the reduction of supply stuff.
Frogs can be less masculine females see with us, and that's going to be. I think it's extremely important that we get into our masculinity. And may I say as well, it's not just the white ladies that can be masculine, and it's not just the Latin business Mexicans, etc. Apparently, it's one of the points that I really like is that it just seems to me that whether it's the sentiment that's held now, the way to be able to change it, in my opinion, is able to communicate what the vision looks like, but in a way in which you can all get together. We agree with that, don't agree with that. Mrs. P is probably not the most plausible thing that's been said in the space, which was the canna frogs, you called it. Rather that was just we are where we are. Good evening.
Good evening, Aurelia. This is Debbie. Yeah, I did.
You haven't heard anything. We're kind of like on the Titanic at the end, where Jack and Rose are there, and I'll never let go. Right? That's where we're at.
And that applies specifically, like we're talking about the art changes, and yeah.
Well, we're talking about I didn't know it was going to be Jack and it was going to be the last. I think, well, you can't be the last one from, so I'm not to think that. You're on back.
I'm the ice that you guys are on.
Well, fucking aren't we? Precarious. I mean, we all seen that happened. That it was a complete disaster. Shit could have been sorted.
I mean, I'll be fine. It's you that's in danger.
I mean, I already knew that. That is nothing new. Like that statement that was like saying the sky is blue to me. Anyway, sorry, we digress. Patty, we're talking about butch female frogs and the canna frog art. Continue.
That's not Platy, no. We were talking about the fact that we essentially know how much choice over the art change and how either you're going to be left behind with like old art and it's going to look like you're not a part of the new community / artwork. And then also talking about how if you collected various traits, and obviously some people spend copious amounts of money on those traits, and then you're going to put these into a randomizer essentially and get whatever you get back out. So we were kind of talking about that shift in some of those dynamics.
Holy shit, sorry, just to jump in, I'm just playing Irish, that's not something that is backing my case in terms of the are they females? Someone qualify this. Are they female?
Yeah, those are the four.
Yeah, but dude, those are the worst female hair traits that they had. I'm just
The trait says female, but I think it just can't say anything else.
Bro, that right there That's Andrea at the weekend, but during the week.
Is he okay? Thank you. Have a good day.
I'm saying they've got strong feet game, they've got strong adult game, and they're probably going to win you an arm wrestle, mate. So just watch out. Sorry, Clatty, I apologise. Over to you, Doug.
I like playing swords. It's okay.
Well, I'm sick of you from that.
Is your name Clatty Irish?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What's up? What's up? What's crack-a-lackin'? What's crack-a-lackin'?
Not much, dickhead. Just woke up with a devil riding shotgun in my skull and a McMuffin doing backflips in my guts. You?
Wow, that's so robotic. That's crazy. What's real anymore? Huh? What's real? Number two, four things that we
And if I'm not mistaken, this year 2025 is coming to a close with my birthday is very near, and I'm pretty sure my birthday is at the end of the year or thereabouts. Anyway, at the end of each year, we start looking at, is this the year of the Linux desktop? And while this will never be a thing, I think we still have four big opportunities coming up in 2026 that could make Linux grow even bigger than it already did over the past few years. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video after this message from our sponsor, Proton VPN. I'm not going to tell you what a VPN does because you all know about it. You've seen plenty of VPNs. The one I use though personally is Proton VPN because it is
storage space management. And it is fantastic. It has a that you might want, and it is extreme 70% of basically for service gigs. They are really, really solid. Fast. I really enjoy what they're doing. They're private, they're fast. So what are those four big opportunities? The first one, you all know I do not like how AI is being built right now, how most use cases are being implemented and pushed as being stable and ready solutions when they are absolutely 100% verifiably not ready for prime time. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of people think like me, and they do not like AI. The issue is AI is being crammed into every other operating system. Apple is having a deal with Gemini, Google's AI, to implement their Apple intelligence stuff because the stuff they've done themselves is absolutely atrocious. And Windows is obviously being fully revamped into what they call an agentic AI, which means you're going to be able to store little agents that do your work for you in a sort of half incompetent way that will not really save you any time and make people miserable at work according to a bunch of studies. A lot of people do not like this direction at all. And these malcontents will not be able to go back to Windows 10 because it is Windows 5. They won't stick with Windows 11 because it's getting increasingly behind. They're not going to move to a potential future Windows 12 because it's going to be even more full of AI. And they're not going to move to macOS because they're planning it full of AI as well. The only bastion that they can find is Linux. And Linux is going to greet them with arms wide open because a lot of distribution makers just do not want AI tools either. And most of those that think maybe it could be useful, they're implementing it on an opt-in basis for all features, meaning by default, you don't have that crap on your system. It's come to the point where Windows is full of AI, but they're still giving you warnings that using AI could lead to theft, to malware, and is even inaccurate. I don't know about you, but if my OS keeps cramming features in my face, but they keep telling me that those features are inaccurate and unsafe, I am leaving through the door or maybe jumping through the windows in that case. That's the first thing about AI. The second one is also that paradoxically, AI is mostly being built using Linux. Most of the training, everything that happens in the background to power AI chatbots and AI tools, it's mostly done on Linux these days, because Linux is virtually the only system you can really tailor to your specific needs. You can really size it down and keep all the resources and all the performance for those specific applications. So you have licenses to use it in most cases, and you can spin thousands of instances with millions of GPUs and keep training stuff on it. Meaning that most companies that are making the AI bubble close to bursting are using Linux and thus are contributing to Linux. NVIDIA, since they started focusing on AI, have been really much more Linux friendly. Their drivers have improved 1,000-fold in the past few years. They are actively contributing to open source drivers. They turned into a sort of reasonable citizen for the Linux ecosystem. This is also a big opportunity because as more hardware is being turned to AI, more companies will want to tailor Linux to their needs and they'll contribute to it, they'll fix bugs, they'll implement new things, which is good for everyone in general. And I know it is a bit hypocritical to praise Linux for being free of AI, and on the other hand, praise companies for using Linux for making said AI. But if you can't beat them, you can at least climb on their shoulders to be better. Our second big opportunity will be the Steam machine. There is no debating that Valve knows how to make hardware that sells. Their first iterations weren't perfect. Their first Steam machine were a big flop. Their first VR helmet was absolutely insanely priced. But now they're introducing the Steam Frame, the Steam machine, off of the success of the Steam Deck. And this looks very interesting. First, because it is a console, but it is also Linux PC. They even market it as being able to do all your PC computer stuff, meaning it's good because it will confront more and more people with actually using a Linux desktop. Some people will want to turn to that to maybe install a mod manager or install stuff that comes outside of Steam. Some people will use it in desktop mode plugged into a monitor. Some people will just want to use it to maybe, I don't know, cheat, install hacks, or just use it as a regular computer. And that's more and more people that will be faced with a KDE desktop on a Linux distro with a Linux App Store and Linux applications. And this means plenty of people will maybe be frustrated with that, but also Valve will kind of have to invest in supporting that Linux desktop, that Linux distro, and maybe even facilitating the installation of various programs. Generally, they could make the entire Linux desktop better. Now, this is not brand new. The Steam Deck already had a Linux desktop. They had SteamOS with a desktop mode with KDE. The thing is, I'm pretty sure that most people using the Steam Deck only entered desktop mode to try and install something that didn't come from Steam, like the Decky Loader plugins and stuff like that. But they probably didn't use the Steam Deck as a full PC in most cases. They just used it as a handheld console. On the Steam machine, though, you might really want to use it as a full-blown PC, and so more people will be faced with that desktop, which means Valve will have to invest. They previously invested mostly in the graphics department, the performance optimizations, the CPU side of things, but now they might also have to touch up the desktop. They did fund KDE quite a bit on certain features, but maybe this will continue, will improve, and this means a better desktop for everyone, more people confronted to that desktop, and that also means more Linux users in the long run. And the obvious thing is for gaming editors, when they look at the Steam Deck, they can say, hey, this is not a competitive multiplayer machine. We don't care about implementing super cool for this handheld console. When they're going to look at the Steam machine being used as a PC by most people, they're going to have a harder time using that as an excuse. And if the Steam machine sells as well as the deck, maybe even better, I'm pretty sure that most developers will start thinking about solutions to bring their anti-cheat solution to Linux. Whether these solutions are desirable or not, I leave it up to you. What it will likely mean is that more people will just be able to completely ditch Windows to play their competitive multiplayer games on Linux. I personally really do not like those sort of games, the competitive multiplayer shooter. If I wanted to face entitled, foul-mouthed, and cheating teens, I would go back to teaching, probably, instead of playing those games. The thing is, many people do play those games, and having them work on Linux would probably be a boon, because once you really don't have that anti-cheat barrier, you really do not need to stick with Windows any longer for gaming. Performance is better on Linux in those cases. The OS is more stable. It's not riddled with ads. It's not stealing your data. You don't have driver update problems every single update for Windows. They don't force you to reboot anything. It's just a better experience all around. So again, a big opportunity for Linux desktop growth. Now, the third one will be the Cosmic desktop. And you might think it's just another desktop environment. Who cares? It's probably not going to grow anything, apart maybe the community of people who don't use tiling. Cosmic does that just as well. Thing is, Cosmic is a bit different. First, because it is being made by a company that sells actual hardware that ships with Cosmic green stuff, meaning they have a different incentive from pure community projects. KDE and GNOME do focus on usability, they do focus on features for users, but Cosmic is being made by a company. If their customers are unhappy with the software that their laptops or desktops ship with, they're going to regret their entire purchase instead of just saying, hey, you know what, GNOME and KDE, they suck. I don't want those. I'm going to move to something else. These guys paid actual money to get that, meaning System 76 has a stronger incentive to actually address their problems, their bugs, and the missing features. KDE and GNOME do have the same incentives, but most of the work is being done by volunteers or people on a contract for another company, meaning it's not that easy to attribute specific features that you personally as a developer don't care about and that the company you work for doesn't care about either. Cosmic will have to fix those because if customers demand it, they're gonna have a financial incentive to fix them. The second benefit of Cosmic is that it's kind of brand new. It is a new desktop, and people who might have had a bad in the past, maybe with or KDE, they didn't click with it didn't work for them, they did it years ago, and they didn't enjoy it. They're going to have another opportunity to revisit Linux. Pop! OS, when it was announced initially, spilled a lot of ink over the internet. A lot of people talked about it, a lot of people tried it, even people who weren't specifically in the Linux sphere. The new Cosmic Desktop and the new Pop! OS will probably do the same thing because it is being highly regarded as an interesting and strong effort to push the Linux desktop. Meaning, this might attract people who bounced off of Linux but might have a second chance to try it. It looks different, it has different features, it has a specific aesthetic that you might agree with or not, but it is a different way of doing things, and people who bounced off of Linux might just come back to it. So that's a second chance, and that's also, I think, a big opportunity for Linux desktop. And the final big opportunity, in my opinion, is basically the end of that Wayland transition. We've been stuck in Wayland limbo for, I don't know, maybe around 7 or 8 years. Basically, when I started this channel 8 years ago, we already started talking about major desktops starting the work towards Wayland. Now we're nearing 2026, and those desktops have completed that transition. What is missing from Wayland support is stuff that Wayland is missing. It's protocols that are either experimental, being worked on, being discussed, or will never be implemented because that's not what Wayland wants to do. Meaning, those desktops, at least KDE and GNOME, but also Cosmic, which is Wayland only, those desktops have pretty much finished their entire Wayland transition. The toolkits, the compositors, they're fine. They implemented all the features that exist. And so the work can now turn to adding more stuff. Instead of replicating stuff that already worked on X11, but in a smoother, safer, more interesting, and more evolutive manner, they're going to be able to just invest that same time in actually building other things, in building maybe better apps, better backends for online accounts, maybe a more stable experience, maybe building a new theme or new interface or new different settings for their desktop. More interesting stuff for the average people and for people who use Linux for a while and just want to see new features added. Again, that Wayland transition did not prevent GNOME and KDE from adding features. If you look at where GNOME was 8 years ago and where it is now, it is miles better than it was. Same with KDE. Plasma 6, 6.4 right now, 6.5 is actually fantastic. Those are great solutions, and other desktops that are starting to focus on Wayland or maybe finishing up their own Wayland transitions have grown a lot as well. They haven't just done Wayland stuff. This monopolized a lot of resources and a lot of people, and those people are now free to work on something else if they want. Same with tiling window managers that have to be rebuilt.
That's lady camera again.
Now they can start maybe building other things around that. This is also a big opportunity because right at the moment where we could get a big influx of people, Steam Machine, thanks to the Cosmic Desktop, thanks to the rise of AI and people fleeing AI-based operating systems, well, this is the moment where we're going to start seeing more features implemented at the same time. So users will see that on Linux, you get free updates very often that don't really break your entire workflow or entire system, which is not something Windows or even Mac OS can say, because these are system destroyers with every single major update that they apply, especially Windows. Realize that this is just a better place to be when you own a computer. That doesn't mean everyone will move to Linux. That doesn't mean everyone who tries Linux will stick with it. That doesn't automatically fix all the other problems that we can have on Linux, such as certain hardware support, such as the anti-cheat thing, if the reality and the problem, the lack of specific applications that people might require, the fact that companies still won't let their employees use Linux instead of using Windows or Mac OS, these are still very real problems. But people on their own moving to Linux, they're going to have more opportunity to do so, more reasons to do so, and a much better experience now if they do. in the previous year. So these are, in my opinion, four major opportunities for the growth of Linux. The rise of AI making people just run away, the rise of the cosmic desktop, which is going to be another opportunity for people to try things, the Steam machine building a better PC with valve support for the anti-cheat problem, and also, of course, the fact that desktops are now a lot freer to invest time on features and applications. All of that makes Linux a fantastic place and offer very, very good perspectives for the future. Anyway, let me know down in the comments if you agree with these, if you disagree. Strong opportunities for Linux growth. And in the meantime, I'll tell you about Tuxedo, our sponsor. If you've watched any of my videos for the past 3 years, you probably know what Tuxedo is. They make laptops and desktops that ship with Linux. I only use their devices. All my gaming is done on the Steam Deck, also on a Tuxedo Cube, which is a small form factor gaming PC. I also use their Infinity 360 for everything you see on this channel. I record on it, I edit on it, I publish on it, I write on it. It's my only laptop and my only station. They're really fantastic. They have a big amount of choice. I left a link for you down in the description so you can check them out, see what they offer. They're really cool. They really support Linux very well. They try to contribute to Linux as much as they can as well. They're a fantastic actor and they've been supporting me for a while. So yeah, link down in the description. Check them out if you need a new piece. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, you know where all the usual YouTube buttons, comment section, bell notification stuffy. You know what this all does. There are also plenty of links to support the show down in the description. Thank you all for watching, and I guess you'll see me in the next one. Bye.
Hi, Sophie. Going to Marubra?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Just any. Thank you. Have a great day. See you next time. Thank you. Boy. Sweet. Sweet. Marcus, mate. Morning. Going to international? Here we are.
That's
Thank you. Buddy, buddy. Bite. 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 Kick.
That'd be awesome.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but like white dude, I'm not saying white dudes are better, but like being a white dude
is clearly better. I'm stealing this joke from Louis C.K. If I could re-up, I mean, like right now, like. I think like in 10 years from now, we're gonna pay for this shit. But like, if I can go back to like the 1800s, that's okay. You know what I mean? It doesn't be a white man American times in the 70s.
I will say, like, white men pick up the highest. They're obviously
There's been no better time to be a white man in America in the 20s and the 70s.
Okay, but what happens? So you're talking about.
if you're sitting here talking about white flag, you are severely behind on the uptake of like human capacity. Like, if you think that you're better because you're white or you're better because you're black, then you're a trash can. Because like, welcome to being fat. If I had to guess what, I'm like,
It's just a choice.
if I had to like swipe left or swipe right, honestly, 120%. White men are swipe left, go, but not even it's not even something else. Like, honestly, generalizing white men is type.
But the thing about it's all about the outside. It's been over that rich. So they say you advertise for 16. Just good. That's good. Just a fast too.
Yeah, that's like the same way.
Oh, add 12 years prescription.
Yeah, so okay. Nothing. Black people love. It's okay. It's okay. Like if any color can do it. Idea of
Honestly, we're gonna make it.
Hey.
gonna bring my Coca-Cola into this?
I'm gonna add it too. Like,
And let me stop with Tech too, though.
and I thought my dude, I can sit here and let you say that it's stupid as that. And look, it's not just golf, it's golf. Just right, you don't solve it. Different cabin liquids. You choose a different cabin liquids. We're all fucking
Okay.
I'm addicted to diary lights.
Yeah, so that is just
Did you see that video I sent you about agent stuff?
I'm addicted to marijuana, one job, football. Like,
Even got tobacco is much too.
everything good too. Marijuana, Coca-Cola.
I would have never passed the
Is that your favorite
I think they're different. I think when I've had a couple conversations, especially in therapy, about this, and men are like so offended that their wives are masturbating privately, and I'm like,
I don't know. Like maybe men don't.
No,
Maybe I'm not saying.
Yeah, why would you get offended?
Yeah, like why would you be mad about it? Once I get some too.
You're not always having sex.
And see, that's fucking problematic. Yeah. Like if I was just steadily beaten off and not making my way, I'm sure she would be upset. The same way I would be upset if I had to steadily beat off because I couldn't beg my wife.
Right, but that's the problem. Like that second one is the actual situation because it's like everything. But they take it really personally because their partners are still bad. Yeah, but if you're having marital problems, maybe not. I agree with that. But it's very hard to convince people, specifically women, of
Well, the healthiest shit I've heard in a minute. Please continue. I'm buzzing.
that's the thing. I don't in that aspect. Most that I talk to. Do not become like an intense jerk dog.
I mean, I don't want to jerk it off. I want somebody else.
Exactly, and I think most men think that, and I think that's okay. But I don't think all women think like that. I think that's understandable.
I ain't like this options. We do nothing here, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the game.
Well, it's too late.
You know, there really wasn't that night, bro. But it beat. Maybe I'll tell them one day.
Okay.
Take me some.
Message from Mama. We are going to the car camper rentals area.
Have like a switch in my
Message from Mama. Okay.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, like you're on the spectrum of things, you're pretty heterosexual.
Yeah. I can verify since that. I mean, I didn't personally verify, but you know, that was the vibe.
Like I tried to suck that off, and God,
I didn't know it biblically, but yeah, I'm guessing. I have a high confidence percent.
wouldn't let me.
What are you trying to say about me? When you do
I'm a flexible man.
You said I'm flexible.
I'm saying maybe. Oh, man, I forgot. Right. God's up on the shelf. When I meet another God, I'll put him up on the shelf. Until then, you're all boys. Literally, I know lots of women don't like men who like men. Guess what? You also like women. I like that. I'm okay with that. I'm great with it. Just say, you don't, cool. But if you do, it's a bonus action. In D&D, a bonus action.
I don't see that.
My timeline has become unhinged. To be fair, the boy love I'm watching is just straight gay. There's no room for me there, which is so sad, but I like to watch it anyway.
It's just kiss and nice. Just fucking as well.
There's bunches.
That's why I can't watch it for a moment.
I don't know what.
There's no emotional representation. If you did actual lesbian stuff, like
My sex rules are different. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about gay versus bi, which is different. Bi, hello. Oh my god. Fuck right. I think I did remember. No, I didn't.
Mrs. Alana, I think you just passed by.
Good. See more in.
Nope, not me.
And then you there. Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what? You get a loaf of bread, you dig out
Take out the middle. Yeah. Bread. I like to eat. Just kind of smash. 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 Toast. Bread. Yeah. Not a lot of time. Depending what kind of bread it is. Paninis, chapatis. I only would really like bread dehydrated at breakfast.
my mom's brother lived in Minnesota for years. I think it was like 20 years before he figured out
That's a big sense.
I'm just saying, if both of the hurts are back, and you just come out light skinned or like if you're like dark white, I mean, like a wage of any that.
correct.
I'm really, really good at figuring out the races and people talk races all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty good at knowing.
Okay, I get it now. Yes, I get it now.
Yes.
You're correct.
But I thought it was a good joke, so I wanted to do it.
It's funny. Yeah.
What's up, Al? I've been just smoking. Do you have to look out now? Before we start talking about four tortillas?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Be the proper occasion for more tortillas.
Corn tortillas are used in a lot of different dishes, like chilaquiles. You have tostadas. You make that, you know. You have crunchy taco shells, and then I like white corn. I don't like the yellow corn. And then corn tortillas specifically are made through masa that's gone through a double boil process. So like you have harina. So yeah, like they call it for. That just sounds stupid, but I thought that like authentic Mexican people probably like wouldn't use flour tortillas. So Latin America is very diverse, right? And Mexico, there's a difference between like Baja, Mexico, and then like the border, like with Texas. You know, okay, different stuff is available. So like you don't see as many of the fish dishes. And, like we have like what is it? The camaron, like the cocktail de camaron and ceviche, and like all of that stuff comes from like the coastal places. Yeah.
You forget how big that border is.
And flautas, I don't give a fuck what people from California say. Flautas is like flauta means like it's a roll. It's not a
International.
you know what I mean? Like you're not supposed to use flour tortillas for that.
No.
For chicken, for the enchiladas, I had a parent from the homeschool potluck come and ask me when we put the enchiladas down. He came up and asked if they were flour or corn. And I'm like, no, bro, I'm from El Paso. They're corn. And he's like, oh, great. I'm so excited. Like, fucking, you know what it is when you use a flour tortilla for that? That's called a tortilla. Yes. But it's all the same shit. You're just eating tortillas different ways.
I'm hungry now and I have to. So I get hungry.
Oui, sir.